60 years after her demise, Marilyn Monroe is still one of the most interesting celebrities of all time. This is because of the way that she has reinvented herself, adapting from an orphan named Norma Jean Mortensen to an A-list actor named Marilyn Monroe. While there is very little known about her early life, including her mother, who was Gladys Pearl Baker, and she lived with many different families as a child, the identity of Monroe's father has always been a mystery. But the director of a new documentary about the star is claiming that the movie has revealed about her real biological father. Monroe's mother was married 3 times, but none of those men were Monroe's original biological father. When Gladys Baker, who was Marilyn's mother, told different people that Marilyn Monroe was her daughter, no one showed any interest in her talks. Gladys was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and remained in and out of psychiatric care for many years. Gladys took Marilyn Monroe to a foster family when she was just 2 weeks old, which resulted in a series of orphanage and foster care homes for the rest of her childhood. This is why she didn't have a close relationship with her mother. When Marilyn went big and her mother told her friends and co-workers that she was the daughter of Marilyn Monroe, they ignored her thoughts as one of her paranoid, schizophrenic illusions. Before accepting her stage name, the star had used the last names Baker, which belonged to her mother's first husband, and Mortensen, that belonged to her mother's second husband. However, it has been believed that Monroe's biological father was actually Charles Stanley Gifford. He was a man under whom Baker worked for. According to the book Marilyn Monroe, The Private Life of a Public Icon by Charles Castillo, Baker told Monroe that Gifford was her father when she was 8 years old and showed her a picture of him. Marilyn, Her Final Secret is an investigative documentary which puts light on the identity of Marilyn Monroe's biological father, whom she never met. Directed by Francois Palmas, the documentary is based on an exclusive DNA research performed by Ludovic Orlando. Orlando is an expert in molecular archaeology and is currently working in southern France. He used a hair sample from Monroe, which was provided by John Raznikov, along with a saliva sample from the great-grandchild of Monroe's suspected father, Charles Stanley Gifford. The documentary involves initial footage and interviews surrounding Monroe's frantic efforts to find her daughter and connect with him. It also features the scientific journey to come up with DNA evidence. Palmas, who is also producing the documentary, claimed that the hair that they used from Monroe was collected by the person who embalmed her body the day she died. They were able to draw up 22% of her genetic profile from that, and with a DNA fragment found in the keratin. The director-producer said he spent many years and sleepless nights to share this 1-hour documentary and reveal the truth behind Monroe's father. The thing that touched him the most was watching the reaction of Gifford's family, who were overpowered by this indisputable evidence. Back when Monroe was alive and didn't know about her father, she wouldn't have been able to take a DNA test in an attempt to track him down. This type of testing didn't exist in the form it does today until the 1980s. The documentary uses unreleased recordings to paint a new picture of Monroe and the conditions surrounding her death. Hollywood icon Marilyn Monroe's tragic death generated conspiracies and rumors for many decades, while overshadowing her talent and cunningness by piecing together her final weeks, days, and hours through unheard recordings of those who knew her best. This documentary illustrates her glamorous, complicated life and gives a new opinion on that fateful night. Monroe was well known and even got featured in different films, but she also struggled a lot with addiction and mood disorders during her whole life. She was married 3 times, most famously to baseball star Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller. Marilyn spent most of her childhood in foster homes. When she was 15, her foster family chose to move to a new place without taking her. They asked her neighbor James Doherty to marry Marilyn, and that's how her first wedding took place. Monroe was married to her second husband Joe DiMaggio for only 274 days. Many things contributed to their divorce, but it was the famous subway scene in The 7-Year Itch where the skirt of Marilyn's white dress billows up. The scene was shot in front of a huge crowd of media and spectators, and Joe became angry over reports. DiMaggio even got physical with Monroe. Their marriage came to an end soon after the 7-Year Itch incident, and Monroe filed for divorce on the grounds of mental cruelty. Monroe died in 1962 at the age of 36. due to an overdose of barbiturates. The death was also coded as a possible suicide. What's your thoughts on Marilyn Monroe's biological father? Let us know in the comment section below. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. See you soon. Thanks for watching.